Hello, and welcome to Shady Business, a podcast dedicated to commentary on scams that live on the internet. I am your host, Maya, and I'm here to guide you through all things scam. Take a drink, and let's guide you on this world of adventure.
Today we're going to just kind of hang out and, just talk shady business stuff, but at the same time, we're going to let this one free flow. We still need to find our footing, just like every podcast and just like every creator. You can assume that a lot of people are going to want to watch what you're talking about, but at the same time, you never know. So this is to us just testing things out, willing to put ourselves out there. And we're just back for another conversation.
Yeah, and another way to show us what you really want to see is just interact with the stuff that speaks to you and just ignore the stuff you don't like.
Yeah, for sure.
Comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz.
Yeah, and Maya's awesome. She's already set up a lot of the social media accounts and stuff like that. So if you guys do want to connect with us, I think what's the handles? Just Shady Business Podcast?
Shady Business Podcast. I think it's not the official. It didn't have to use official, I don't think. Yeah, Shady Business Podcast.
Nice. Yep, you heard it first, folks. Shady Business Podcast.
Yeah.
But so today, there's just a lot of things that I wanted to kind of just briefly go over. I think in the first few episodes, we did talk about the specifics of what we define shady business as. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Correct. Yes, we went over terminology, examples, and then we also looked into it was the book of, it was like a literary an overview of stuff for the trends of 2023.
Maya had a war book. Literally a war book of scams that she came prepared with. And I was like, whoa, okay, we got some dirt to dig up. Do you have that with you? You don't have it with
I don't have it. It's at home.
Send me a copy of it and I'll keep one here so that way we just have things to reference. But I mean, in terms of shady business, I think a lot of people when they hear the word shady businesses or anything shady business practices, like they think it's like a very aggressive, like easily spotted like activity.
Oh, you would be so surprised, Roberto.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There are so many things in our world today that we just don't even realize are trying to manipulate us in a way. And that's what I also want to touch on. When I talk about shady business, it's not something that you can see like completely that it is illegal or a scam, but it's also the manipulation of common law practices and stuff like that. Or some might say like an omission of truth.
Mm-hmm. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Well, and the thing is that a lot of, and I don't want to go on a tangent here, but like the reason why I wanted to do the show with you is because I mean, we can talk about our backgrounds a little bit so then that way people actually know what we, like our experience with it, if you want to.
I mean, I'm just an enthusiastic fan of people dissecting.
Well, what was the story that put you over the edge that's like?
That just made me want to do it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's that really fun 3-letter word. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was I love you.
An abbreviation, an acronym, if you will. I kept seeing all these videos and commentary from creators about this world of multi-level marketing businesses going on.
Sure.
I use that word loosely because I personally don't believe that they are a valid form of business. And it's just, it was...
Well, let me catch you there. It is a business, but it's a shady business.
It is, yes, true. It is a shady business. Yes. But that is what kind of drew me into it because I feel like I wanted to keep spreading that information, not specifically MLM because I wasn't ready to do that content completely.
Yeah.
So I was going to approach it from that shady business like overview and then maybe transition into a deeper dive of like MLMs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's basically what it was. It was that constant like. It was just me wanting to spread that awareness, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I wish a lot more people kind of felt that way. There's something which I guess is a big part of shady businesses and why they do that is because they have what is called a lack of social responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And genuinely as humans, I think I would like to believe that we all want to enjoy our time on this earth.
Of course.
We want to be safe. We want to be protected. We want to be appreciated, loved, all the things, all the Maslow hierarchy stuff, if you don't know what that is. And I feel like a lot of the reasons why shady businesses come to fruition, or whatever the correct phrase is just because of a lack of social responsibility, or not feeling like they need to be responsible.
Right. I feel like they get caught up in being a conglomerate, sort of.
Yep.
And so the blame is put elsewhere constantly. It's like, well, it's not my fault. I just did this for it. Like, I just did the finances. I just did the timesheets. I just did this. Well, you contributed. Everything is part of that business. And if you are voluntarily going to that place to work, or seeking out that place to work, I mean, you're kind of part of the problem. You're letting it thrive. You're letting it keep going.
Yeah, and I think that's not to say like every employee or every person that's ever joined any sort of shady business, or a business that's fallen, or that was a scam or whatever, is necessarily a bad person. Because I think people obviously will make mistakes, but I think you're very accurate in terms of like, if you can just have some extreme ownership, which is an actual book, you can have some extreme ownership about the things that you've partaken in and the things that you've contributed to, like whether it's spreading information or just not digging deeper into something that you kind of feel iffy about. That is on you.
Oh, and then with the next couple of months coming up on us, misinformation is going to be rampant.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of why I was, that's why when you're like, what are we talking about today? I was like, there's a lot to talk about, Jenny, honestly. Just
let me tell you.
No, for real, with the election happening on, and watch that get like bleeped out or something, but with the election year happening, with changes in international relationships and affairs, what else do we got going on? There's still a lot of health concerns out in this world that exist. Things from long COVID, things from COVID. I probably shouldn't be saying that.
I
know, right? I don't know if you, and this is just how deep the internet goes sometimes. So like, if you guys are just watching and you don't know anything about shady businesses, or don't know anything about like false information, and you just kind of consume at a very basic level. There was just recently a girl online, and it was trending, I think, as of yesterday. And it was a story about this girl. I think her name was Kaylee or something. I can't remember her name, but she was out in Orange County, I think in California, and she was at a hospital. Excuse me. I had the burp, but
it's the COVID. We did not go with that.
So this girl, she gets apparently she got like an ammonia shot, or she got vaccines. Long story short, she got the vax. She got the shot, the jab, or whatever it was. Not for the vid, but for other things. And she's dying. She's genuinely dying. Like her head is like massive. She's getting like these weird symptoms. Her face is turning purple. She's going blind in both of her eyes. Like, she is genuinely dying and falling apart. And she's laying in this hospital, and she's live streaming this, and she's like
she's live streaming her genuine death.
Yes, because nobody wants to help her. So she's stuck in this hospital, and they gave her the jab, and the doctors are like, that's not from the jab. And she's like, that's the only thing that has happened in the last 48 hours, and now I'm dying. What do you mean it's not this? And they're like, yeah, no, that's not what it is. They don't have any cure for it or anything. So she's literally in the hospital apparently right now.
Just ballooning.
And she's literally just swelling and bleeding internally. Like, she's bruising and everything. It almost looks like she got hit by a car, and all her face is just purple and black. And she's saying that the doctors are refusing to and disclaimer, I don't know the accuracy of this information. I am just sharing what I have seen online recently.
Do you have a source?
Source would be directly from her, apparently.
From the live stream itself.
From the girl itself. Yeah, it was.
Where is she live streaming?
What do you mean?
Like, where is the live stream at? Like, where do you watch the live stream?
I think it was on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, it was from her TikTok account, and she was just posting updates. She wasn't like, it was just odd because she was posting updates as of like, oh, I'm just at the hospital, blah, blah, blah. And then like, it slowly got worse and worse and worse. And people started to like watch the live stream and then share it themselves. And now there's like this huge group of people that are out in California trying to like get to her.
Oh, so like
Trying to get to the
free
hospital.
Blueberry girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to get to Did you really just say that?
I did.
Trying to get to the hospital to help her out. So then that way she gets help.
I
But
mean, internal bleeding and
it's bad. Like if you saw the photos and if we could pull it up, it's really bad.
Could we pull up
I mean,
the photos?
pull it up, Jamie. No, we can edit it in post. But if you are watching it, which again, we're just doing it live stream. But if anybody were to be watching it, you could just go look it up. I can't remember her. What's that?
The internet went out, so we can't live stream.
Stop. No way.
For whatever reason, it just stopped working.
We were just too good.
We were. I was about to say something, but never mind. Someone's holding us back.
Oh, you said vax too many times.
Someone's holding us back. They cut our internet off. How long has it been out, Sean?
Last probably 10 minutes.
Is it still recording though?
Kind of.
What do you mean?
It's still recording, yeah.
Okay.
You just can't see it on the computer.
You just got half your face.
Half day.
Face. Kind of.
I see it on the screen. Everything else is just not working.
No, it's fine.
I kind
You guys are
of
still
I
wrong.
want to Google little lady though. What?
Yeah, Google. Hold on. Yeah, Google this lady right now.
Okay. TikTok stream. Vac hospital.
Oh, Sean has the. Is this audio cable still connected, bro?
TikTok
check.
hospital live stream.
Why is my phone?
Just. Oh, is it this lady?
No.
Oh.
More than one?
I don't know. It's the unvaccinated TikTok user encouraged vaccinations before her death. Did she look a certain way? Did she have any?
Oh.
And then she just became a blueberry. Blueberry. It is the vaxxers. You did it. You did it. Use it. He was good. I swallowed.
Okay, your laptop is connected, but there's no internet to look anything up.
How much time do you have, by the way? Obviously, you work today?
Today's a free day. Today's no time restriction. So I'm putting TikTok live stream, young girl, hospital,
Look up
vax. Let's see. Or accidental vaccination.
No, she got a
Mistaken or more.
No, they're
Strep?
saying it's malpractice.
Well, it was a strep. What was it?
It was like ammonia or like the MR, the MRSA vaccine or whatever.
The MMR?
Yeah, something like that.
The MR.
I'll pull it up.
Only thing is you don't have any internet, so.
What were her? Was she a blonde? A brunette?
Yeah, she was a blonde.
Aux cord is connected, Roberto, but you don't have any internet to watch.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and I think
I guess I could look in that TikTok out too. It's a conspiracy.
I mean, we can start a conspiracy podcast too. I'm down.
Yo.
They shut us down.
Ah.
No, they got us.
The last thing that I have on my TikTok search is cat AI.
Cat AI. What were you looking for?
I'll show you. I had to show one of my coworkers because she was also into camp. It was this one.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. They're ready.
How many views are on that?
7.6 million views.
Sean, we're quitting right now or we're making AI cat videos. Oh my gosh. Did you look at that? Show them the video.
I saw
You
it.
saw it?
I can see it from the camera.
Just G.I. Joe cats.
Yeah. There's one, the one that I really wanted to
Can we
find-
do it with like parrots?
No, it has to be something trendy.
Birds. No, birds aren't trending.
No.
Yeah, but what if we took like fish and put them in that? Like made fish.
I think beta fish maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because those mother effers. Oh, that. I showed my friend the first episode, and he's like, "Did you curse in the first one?" And I'm like, "I think." Sorry, guys.
What's wrong with that?
Monetization is not happy.
I got it right here. Oh,
Yeah.
well, still no internet, huh, Sean?
Oh. Do you know how to how'd you find it?
On Instagram.
Oh, was it on Instagram?
Yeah.
What were your keywords?
It was literally on my feed. I didn't
Like, how do I find it then? Are you gonna share it?
look up Talia, Talia, and I think she was the one sharing it.
Taly.
Taitalia.
Lia.
Mhm.
And it's in her. Oh, there she is.
But she was the one sharing it. She wasn't what happened to her.
Is the
Oh, she's
update for her Todd Lorenzo. Okay, so her well, at least her father's name I found, Todd Lorenzo. Like, what's her name? Alexis Lorenzo. All right, Alexis Lorenzo.
Did Johnny lose any of his work with the Wi-Fi going out?
No, he's good.
Okay.
He's doing Da Vinci stuff, so.
Oh, there she is.
Yes. It's not good. It's not good.
Dang.
What does it say happened to her?
5 hours ago. Okay, hold on. This is like super. Oh wow.
This is new, like right now.
right now.
Yeah.
Update on Alexis. Her dad is now with her and also now has been put on
Where the heck have you
oxygen
been, Dad?
due to the swelling on her neck. That hospital is doing a horrible job and doing horrible things. So, I mean, why not just transfer her to another hospital?
They wouldn't release her.
Okay.
Something had happened where you're still recording, right, Sean?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Something had happened where she got sick underneath the hospital's care, and so they're not releasing her because it's like probably too much liability.
Which is usually is very common. It's called nosocomial or something like that.
Okay.
Look it up. Comial. Yeah, nosocomial, and it's unfortunate, but it is a thing. It's just acquiring an infection from the hospital while in the hospital.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
It is, yeah.
That's why I don't like hospitals.
I get it.
I don't know if you ever felt that way, but like I've been to hospitals many times and I just feel sick. I'm just like,
I've worked in a hospital for the last 8 years of my life, so
yeah.
I don't mind the hospital slander.
Yeah, but are you in like well, I wasn't.
No, like jokey. I don't mind. It's fine. I rather.
Hospitals suck.
Yeah. I'm so desensitized from it that like going to the hospital just feels like going to work, and I'm like, do we have to?
That's pretty rough. The fact that you work at a place where people may or may not die. Yeah.
This is a fun little trauma dump.
Okay, let's hear
But
it.
during my clinical rotation for my med lab sciencing, I had to go up to North Idaho, and I witnessed my first death. Yeah, they
I
thought
don't think that's something you should share.
I mean, I keep saying, I'm so sorry. Sorry. I keep saying it. I was about to say it. But they thought that it was going to be a good idea to have the student go to the ED, this lab student go to the ED to like view it. Like, yeah. And it was a minor, a child baby. And it was during the summer, and they were camping, and they brought him in via the airplane, the helicopter, and they died in front of me. And that's really hard. I shouldn't. Yeah, let's not include this. This is no.
Cancel
that's
that.
sad.
Too
That's
bad.
really sad.
Let's go it out.
Yeah.
Be ridiculous. I love it. But I mean, okay, you already brought it up, so I just have to ask. Like, did you feel any sort of way knowing that like that person was gone?
It was a child of less than 3 years old, and it's burned into my memory the moment that they called time of death, because the mom literally just fell backwards, and thank goodness there was a nurse right there to like put something like under her, like a house, like not a house, a chair, a chair under hers because she would literally just take in a bag, which
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
Oh no,
can
absolutely
on
not. Yeah, I probably would just off myself at that
Yeah,
point. Be like, sorry
honestly.
guys, this is, I know.
This is not getting monetized. Yeah, I had to go home that weekend.
Well, back to the shady business.
I have to. Anyway, yeah, acquired hospital infections, very common.
Well, okay, real quick, let's wrap that part up. What was her name?
It was Alexis Lorenzo.
Alexis Lorenzo. Our heart goes out to you, girl.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get better, whatever is going on with you. Just know that people are talking about you.
Yeah.
I'm all the way out here.
Roberto is your number one fan.
Right here. All the way up from Idaho.
Yeah.
And it's honestly heartbreaking to hear what's going on. So we'll pray for you, keep you in our prayers, and
100%.
hopefully you get better.
Yeah. And now you got some coverage.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm pretty sure after she gets out, because I will, I do want to declare that she will survive this.
She will survive this.
I think she's going to be okay. And once she makes it out, she's going to speak up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, if she has a platform, she'll be able to. Yeah, people are sharing her stuff. I'm sure she'll be able to get her voice out.
So from the bottom of our heart, hopefully she does get better. And everybody that's trying to help her can support her. But apparently her dad's with her now. I don't know where you were before, bro. But yeah.
What the Louise.
Okay, but
I'm sure there's an explanation.
Yeah, and it's probably working. No.
Okay.
If you're over the age of 30 and you are watching, you might be SOL, because your habits and what you know already is ingrained in your brain, and you're like, these guys don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
And
I need someone to look up to me.
Yeah, no, for real. And if we can do any sort of good social service to this earth, is help the young generation.
Exactly. And I don't know where I read this. I might have to find it to fact check myself. But I think I read somewhere that around in the age of 30 to 35 is when all of the media that you are like used to is when you like phase out. Like that's when like, the new stuff is like too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised because, and I think I just read something about that recently too, where it's like, they were showing an example of how when you're 4 years old, which I think it was like Alex Hormozy or one of the entrepreneur guys, but when you're 4 years old, 1 year of your life at 4 years old is literally a quarter of your life. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason why people learn so much at that age and when they're a child is because have exposure to nothing.
Right.
So they're going to adopt whatever it is that they are seeing within those first 4 to 5 years, literally a quarter of their life.
Yeah.
So if you're allowing kids to have access to consumerism, which the biggest problem honestly is YouTube.
Right.
Like
yeah. Those kid channels that have more than like 6-7 million views in like one day. It's because parents put it on repeat and then the child just watches it over and over again.
Yeah. No.
That's where we need to tap in that market.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I say that because I have kids. So I know exactly what those little jerks are doing. And
how do we make a Bluey but shady podcast?
A shady, no, not a non-shady
Shady.
Bluey, but
non-shady.
I think you just, you know who Gary V is?
No.
Gary Vaynerchuk. So honestly, I'm very interested to see how that all plays out. So Gary V is basically a social media marketing guru guy.
Okay.
But he's, I guess.
Has he done anything we know? How did he become a guru?
He has like an actual marketing agency that does stuff for like Pepsi, Coca-Cola.
Nice.
Like he works with like really big companies. So he has a lot of credibility in that sense.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like him just being an entrepreneur dude. Like he has really big, and he does Super Bowl commercials too. Like his company is so big that
those are like, that's what you aim for, because that's the mecca of commercials.
Yeah. So he, in my mind, very credible man, because he works in the real world of marketing and like advertising. So he actually does the stuff on earth that we see, versus like people that have small cohorts of their group and they're like, yeah, I've changed the world. And it's like, well, you've changed a group of people. That's besides the point. Long story short, Gary started to create his own cartoon series called V Friends. And these V Friends they started out as digital animations during the NFT trend. And started
Did you
out.
see Madonna's NFT?
No, I haven't. Is it good? Is it funny?
Have you?
Here, pull it up. Because I'm not getting no hotspot. Oh, wait.
Did you?
It just popped up. No. Go back to that setting tab.
Oh. Yeah,
Is it there?
I'm there.
Turn it off and on. It was literally just going on.
On?
Oh. Happening. Something happening.
Is it working?
I'm spinning. Whoa, man.
I will give you the pass. Oh, can't give you the password.
It's like 30 letters.
It's allowed, yeah. Yay, sure.
No, apparently the Wi-Fi's out in the whole building.
Oh, damn.
Oh, well, there we go.
Do you want to share your personal hotspot? Yes.
Yes, please. Compromise password on my end. What?
Done. All right, now you're hotspotted.
Hotspotted.
Okay, you can now look up Madonna's NFT. It's riveting.
Is it?
Yes.
I'll find out. Goog.
This is going to be a live reaction.
Madonna's kids? No.
NFT.
Oh,
gosh.
Let's see. Mother of Creation.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Let's see.
That one.
$628,000. Oh,
Yes.
I forgot this whole market existed. What
Yeah.
are we doing?
Yeah.
Go back to the early days of 2020.
Yeah.
Stop. What is this?
I need a list
Did you
live
make it?
reaction. Just yeah. Click play.
Click? I don't want to click on nothing.
It's 628. Come on. Damn. Oh, Madonna.
What is this?
Her
What?
art. This
Oh, they
is
got
what the creation was. Right? Is it going?
Something's going. Oh, yeah, here it is. What? Oh my gosh. That is not. Oh, you keep serious for that? I actually would have cried. Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Riveting.
Okay. I did not know how that's how trees were made.
yeah.
It's still going.
It goes on for a bit.
Oh, we still got another. That hurt? I think that hurt. What is happening? I don't know how. I kind of feel uncomfortable, but I also
kind of
don't.
want to do a segment of just Roberto reacts.
Oh, those are beautiful flowers.
I mean, not thanks. Her.
Maya, excuse you. I'm like, whoa, what did you just show me? Oh, and it goes back. Oh, and it starts over.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
it's
move
just
down.
loop. Yeah,
Okay.
it just loops.
There's more.
She was beyond her time at that moment, any moment.
Is this just like, I can't even.
Yeah, she put that out there.
I'll
Did you said it would, are you going to buy it?
and not do that. But
Let's put it in a secret little file.
business expense.
Yeah, exactly. Write it off.
Wow, this is kind of gross and intriguing at the same time. Are those robots? Caterpillars? What is this? What is that?
I don't,
They're calling out.
yeah.
She needs to get checked or something. This bleeding? Oh my gosh.
Okay, and so that concludes
The
that
segment
section
of
the Roberto reacts.
Mother of Creation.
Yeah.
I'm not buying that. Sorry.
I
can't do
wouldn't
that.
either.
I
It
can't do
wasn't
that.
good. It was good just watching it once and be like, huh, okay.
Interesting. Anyways,
Yeah.
that is not anything to do with kids' cartoons.
Mm-mm. Okay, so back to how we monetize. So somehow we have to make a non-shady, shady style bluey.
Yes.
Lots of flashing colors.
And VFriends, so check this out,
Yes.
is literally like it's a digital
Oh,
like,
that's so good.
design of character. So he drew all these characters by hand
Mhm.
that started out as NFT collectibles, I'm pretty sure. And then he turned them into actual cartoons.
So that's what I actually thought
And so-
NFTs were at the beginning before I knew what NFTs were. I thought they were just like these character. I mean, technically they are like these pieces of pixel whatever,
Sure.
but I thought there's more to it. There's not.
Do you want me to
I mean, we could have an NFT section. Sure.
Well, we'll get a little spiel. Okay.
Sure.
So,
but first of all,
yeah.
let me ask you,
Yes.
because of the Shady Business Podcast,
Yeah.
are NFTs a shady business?
Let's rank it.
Oh, let's rank it.
Let's rank it in the Shady Business ranking score. I would give NFTs right now in their current state about a 6 in shadiness.
So the higher the word?
Yes, the higher the worse, the lower the better.
So what is a little tiny cute little angel of a business that we would be like, her? Never.
Like,
in terms of not shady at all.
So
we can give a little scaling.
So you want me to tell you an NFT that's not shady?
No, just because you said that it's like a 6 out of 10 on shadiness.
Yeah.
What is an example of least shady to the worst shady?
So on your
scale.
Yes. And I genuinely think I have a pretty good understanding of how the NFT system works and when it comes to blockchain. And I was a little disappointed when I was watching Gary Vee on a presentation. I think it was like the Impulsive podcast, and he was trying to explain to them what NFTs are. And I think he did a horrible job, honestly.
Oh.
Long story short.
Just wrong or?
When you're trying to convince people of something new, like you have to be able to explain it at a non-technical level.
Yes.
And that's
it's approachable.
So it's approachable and it's understandable. And so here's my breakdown of it is that an NFT which stands for non-fungible token. All an NFT is a digital mark or number, ID, representation, whatever you want to call it or claim it as, but it's a digital ID of something that exists in the digital world.
Sure.
Just like your driver's license, you have a Washington State kind of like license ID. And instead of a physical card, now it's digital. So this would help you with identifying certain things or knowing where things come from and like where they're rooted from, because you can track that ID.
Sure.
So like everyone knows that if they were to pull up a Washington State ID, that guy's from Washington, the whole system could look up his address, like his driver, like you would be able to get all the information about that thing, that entity, that person. An NFT, in my eyes, is no different. It's essentially a digital verification code or a digital position on the internet, which right now they're purchasable. So it makes it hard because there's an economy around creating NFTs, selling NFTs,
because
buying
now,
and reselling.
From like somebody who does not know that much about them, it just looks like pictures.
Yeah.
You're just buying pictures.
And I'll give you an example of that. The reason why they did that, I believe, is because a lot of people just didn't understand what is called utility. A lot of people talk about the utility of an NFT, and this is what a lot of the market will kind of try to convince you, is that my NFT has some sort of purpose.
Right.
It has what is literally called utility. So like, what is it you can do with it? And I think people just doing really bad jobs with it. The biggest NFT trend when it started was called the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Was that the one with the sunglasses?
It was like Bayak monkeys or whatever they called it. And I think they genuinely dropped the ball on it because they were probably just scamming people and they didn't expect to get as far as they did.
Shady.
Which was they created a digital world around the idea of these monkeys.
Yes.
And these monkeys had IDs just like us on this earth. They have an ID.
So
you
personified code.
Yep. They personified code and they gave it an identity so that way you could relate to it to some sort of level. Otherwise, it is just an image.
Yes.
But they gave all these characters an ID. So just like us, we all have IDs, and now these IDs are worth something because they either are very high level designs or they're very low entry level people, like characters, whatever it may be. And what they really should have done and what they were...
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
so could you relate it to like buying designer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's this is where utility is coming in for the real world, and why I think people are just dropping the ball on this, because people don't want to change the world as fast as we could, but you can.
Right.
But genuinely, they were creating a digital world around these characters, and these characters not only went from images, but they went to actual digital animated characters.
Right.
So now you could play like this game where your character existed in that world and it had some sort of utility in that digital world. And they were trying to translate the digital world into real life value. So they're like, if you're a member of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, we do like these in-person meetups, and you can come meet up with us in person. We can all hang out together and figure out how to grow this economy.
So you're just monetizing life.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
Interactions between people.
Yep.
And what you do for fun. Everything is just somehow NFTs made it possible to charge for it.
They made it possible to connect at a world scale and charge for it. Yeah. So just like a club, you're paying for exclusive rights or utility to claim to be a part of something.
NFTs are not just pictures. They can be so much more.
So this is where, and this is where I think the world is lacking right now.
This is probably the best breakdown of NFTs I've ever gotten, to be honest.
I'm glad.
So this is good. Thank you.
So I truly believe that NFTs can be utilized today in this world at a very high level, but people just don't know. The government or the people that are running the systems can't really integrate or build it because they're not the ones thinking of the advancements. It's entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
The way that I would use an NFT right now to change the entire economy is, yes, and I claim this because
you heard it here first, folks.
Yes, I am very strong-willed on this position because it doesn't make sense to me any other way. A car title. A car title is literally a piece of paper that if you freaking lose, you have to pay thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars to go find and retitle a car or vehicle, right? If you literally just created a digital NFT system for purchasing and buying cars across the world, you would literally create a digital identity card that would go to a vehicle, and you could then go buy your vehicle online. You go pick it up at whatever lot or wherever it's at, and you show them your NFT receipt purchase, and you're like, that's my car. You take that same NFT purchase and you can then now go get licensed. The DMV can use the NFT of basically your digital deed to the vehicle and do it that way. You know how much paper we would save? You know how much gas we would save from people going to DMVs and having to do all that stuff?
That's the problem. It would help.
Exactly. And that's what it drives me nuts.
Good idea.
It drives me nuts because it is applicable today.
Yeah, that literally makes sense why an NFT would exist.
And a lot of technologies and a lot of things that are built in this world, honestly, they do start out as like negative and shady.
Well, yeah, because the wrong people get their hands on it.
Well, and it's never the thing, it's the people, right? Yeah. It's just like guns.
Yeah. Oh, damn, he just...
I went there. Guns don't kill people, or... guns don't kill people. People kill people with guns.
Yeah. Or people with guns kill people.
I can't remember, John Legere or whatever that song is called. Best song ever. The guns don't kill people. I kill people with guns is what he says. I don't, but he does apparently. And that's true. People don't. Yeah, it's not the guns. And it's just like the NFTs. It's not the NFTs. It's the people selling them. And you could literally take NFTs and you can I think you obviously go with art collectibles. Mm-hmm. The fastest and the easiest thing to apply at a global scale would be car titles, in my opinion. And then after that, you could probably move into the medical field. And then after that...
digital records, so you wouldn't have to like worry between hospital. Like a worldwide system health. Oh my gosh, that would be so nice.
Yes, and I have a really good idea for actually like a global health system.
You need to like somehow get that out there.
Well, I've been wanting to...
Can you copyright these ideas or anything?
No, I actually like a personal dream of mine is to be a serial entrepreneur. So that would be somebody that just creates businesses for social purposes and then just gives them away.
Wow.
So like I've always wanted to... I'm trying to like start my Threads account with like all my ChatGPT stuff and business ideas where I can really just like post it on there.
Threads.
And then just let people claim them.
I have beef with Threads.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you not like about it?
I wish people were more fun on there.
I think you're just following the wrong accounts.
Maybe.
People are very interesting. It's creepy.
Are they?
It's actually a little gross. Yeah.
Where are you?
I don't. Look at my Threads account. But
next episode, I just roast
Threads.
Roberto's Threads.
Oh, look what he said. But yeah. So to wrap up that NFT section, I genuinely think that right now, NFTs are unfortunately in around my 6 range of shadiness.
I get it now. I understand.
there's so much that can come out of it if people were to just pull their heads out of their ass and actually try to build something with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish we would like shift into a more Eastern mindset, because like the collective and like instead of like the Western individualistic mentality.
Have you been to, have you gone out of the country a lot to see that?
Well, I was born in the Czech Republic
Oh,
and I immigrated here in about 2001, 2000. And we've been back several times. So my family is all from back there.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it interesting how when you, I guess, grow up in America or even you move here, you try to make sense of a lot of the stuff that goes on, and you really can't.
No.
You have to just be aware and understand that you don't need a reason for everything, but you should definitely be attentive and pay attention to the things that you're interacting with.
Oh, yeah.
And I do like to think deep in terms of just everything. So like when it comes to the NFT stuff, that's why like immediately when it started to happen, I was like, how would this ever work? And there is a huge utility to it, which is in my eyes, I think it's literally just the entry point for digital documentation at a very high level and sophisticated scale.
I like that because it gives a solution to something that could also help with agriculture, with
Yeah.
like trees,
Mhm.
paper, stuff like that. It could help with waste.
You could
and
do it with
space.
seeds. You could literally create NFTs for seeds that come from a specific batch, and then every single seed that is from that batch will literally be marked and identified as an accurate or an authentic seed.
Jeez.
Done.
There you go.
Car titles,
We're done.
same thing.
We're done.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
So yeah, I think in terms of shadiness, NFTs will take it. I'll give it a 6 right now.
Okay.
And hopefully in the future we can see some authentic and some genuine builds from it. But right now it's still in its early days.
So overview of that, NFTs had a rocky start with a nice little plateau, and maybe for the future there could be some exciting things that come up with
apparently Madonna's involved now. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Madonna is involved in it a lot more than we think.
Yeah, and I think I just need to pay a little more attention to some of these artists because they surprise me sometimes.
Oh man, I don't know if it's like relevancy or if it's just the artistic itch, but it's
Yeah. And I think a lot of artists try to be at top of mind when it comes to new advancements in technologies, but then that's also what gets them in trouble.
Yeah, maybe the next one we can go over like the Kardashians' endeavors into all the businesses that they've tried to do, because there is a list.
Yeah.
There is a massive list of things they've literally just attempted and failed at, but still reaped the rewards because enough marketing went out for enough people to buy in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, and we don't have to start talking about that one because Sean, how far into time are we?
Just about an hour.
Okay, cool. Are you good if we wrap it up?
We're fine. I'm fine. I'm good either way.
We'll talk a little bit more, but we'll probably start wrapping it up.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's hard with families and high powerful families. And unfortunately, the Kardashians are a powerful group of people.
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of influence in society.
Mm-hmm.
And while,
And now there's several generations.
yeah, no, and that's the crazy part too, is that they've been able to continue to hold on to building their.
And it's just the name.
Yeah.
Because they've literally had several like game apps. They've had slimming products. They've had clothing. They've had gummies like vitamins. They've had food. They've had tanner. They've all of these things. But do you remember any of them being good? No.
Well, and the hard truth is that, and I'm gonna bring it up, but I don't know what people are gonna say or whatever. So I mean, come after us if you want, but I don't really care because I'm trying to be a good person too.
He's
so
not bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at him.
I'm chill. The whole thing with O.J. Simpson
Wait, what?
and the Kardashians. Do you not know about all that?
Which part?
Not the O.J. story, but the fact that the Kardashians are part of that.
The story or the
story.
the legality part?
The whole thing.
I
I think it was Rob Kardashian. Let's look it up.
I guess I don't know my Kardashians as well as I should. Shoot.
Yeah, that whole story is tied to them. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because that is an example of what powerful names will do.
Yeah.
Is like you can...
but Kim is now trying to do like the bar and stuff and become a lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Which, shout out to her for doing that.
Circle.
Because I think anybody has the right to try to challenge themselves. And
we should take the bar exam, see if we pass even a little bit.
see what questions we get right.
Is it a multiple choice or is it
No, I
written?
don't. I think...
Is it written?
Is that an essay question? Because if there's an essay question, I can't do it.
I mean, just bullshit your way through. Yes, Your Honor.
That was not the question. I find it interesting though because it's an example of, and the Wi-Fi is still not working.
Oh, is it not working anymore?
I think it kicked me off of your hotspot.
Sorry. Wendy's has this really amazing deal right now. Well, they've probably had it for a while, but the Biggie bag.
The Biggie.
Oh my gosh, it's so great.
Biggie bag. That's great.
No.
Yeah, it's still on the Wi-Fi. So then I'm gonna skip that segment because I don't want to falsely try to spit out details and facts that I don't have fully accurate, but I know that they have involvement in that story.
But like, what part in the story? Like, is it
He's like somebody's stepdad or dad or something.
OJ is
Yes,
the stepdad to one of the Kardashians?
something like there's family involvement.
Okay, so they are related.
Yes, they are related in some sort of way. I think by marriage or something.
Oh,
And it had to do with the guy, somebody named Rob Kardashian, which was like their brother or uncle or whatever it is. Long story short.
Rob is the brother.
Something. Yeah. Long story short, that story in the Kardashians themselves is an example of what influence and power can do at a global and like at a legal scale, because they had the whole case had a lot of support behind it.
Oh my gosh, it was one of the most watched televised cases. Yeah.
But why? Because of the name, because of the story. And I mean, he was also a nationally recognized football player.
Wait, was Kardashian, the dad Kardashian, the lawyer?
Something. Yes, I think that's what it was. Something.
He was the lawyer
like
on
that.
The case, like the legality team. Okay, that makes, because I think I saw a picture. Hold up. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, dude. There's a deep connection.
Wait,
with all
so
this
then
stuff.
so the Kardashian, so that's part of the scammy, shady, that part as well that they were in.
In terms of the name of just of who they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that it stems to the entirety of the family, that it's just like,
yes,
it's their characteristic.
It's part of them. And they know that, and I don't think they hide from it, which is the part that allows them to be in the spotlight.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. His name is Robert Kardashian. Yeah, sorry, just 1-0. But yeah, and then he named his son Rob, I guess.
Yeah.
Just.
And so, yeah, if you want to look into it, like, I'm not
that
going to
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk any further on it because obviously I don't have all the details in front of me, but in terms of just examples of like family power, you can go as deep as the Rockefellers, the Kardashians, the Gates.
So yeah, they do have a lot of. Yeah, I was just gonna focus on their little tiny little stupid things.
It goes deep. It goes deep, dude.
Yeah.
And
I mean, usually when you scratch out something like that, it usually gives way to something worse.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I think the thing that a lot of people should pay attention to right now is just the way consumerism's going with a lot of things. Pay attention to the holidays, pay attention to the sales that go around, because if you really just kind of slow down and you take a look at the way the economy wants to function, it's a perpetual cycle. So it keeps pushing you to buy.
And it keeps getting earlier, faster.
Yep.
Every single year. Do you guys remember when Black Friday was literally like after Thanksgiving, and now after 4th of July, they're already popping up with like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the holidays.
Yeah. And it genuinely keeps, and this is something that people just need to pay attention to. I didn't really talk a little bit about my background at all, but like I went to school and I studied marketing. I studied consumer behavior. I have a degree and all that stuff. And so
that's why he was chosen.
That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
So I actually have a very deep, high level corporate understanding of how marketing works. And then since I didn't go corporate, I went entrepreneur. I got to be in the weeds of it all as a consumer and as a producer, as a business owner. So when that comes together, I can see a lot of things that a lot of people can't, and it frustrates me because I want to kind of scream at the top of my lungs. It's like, please just open your eyes and pay attention. Yeah. And one of the biggest things is, consumerism with holidays and the buy cycles of that people go through when it comes to Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, whatever.
That should be one of our like holiday specials, like watch out, like consumer guilt, consumer this, consumer that is all real, and it all gets hyped up even more during this season. And I just thought of some branding, a photo shoot for our branding where you're going to be in a suit and I'll be in like comfy clothes, and we'll have that dichotomy between. Oh,
I like that. I like that. I did not even think of branding. So cool. Okay. You got a photographer for us? Set it up.
I'm connected.
Set it up and we'll make it happen.
For sure.
That'd actually be really fun.
Right?
Yeah, that'd actually be really cool.
And then, of course, we'll have to stay in the colors of the green and orange, but I think we can.
Hey, I'll get a green suit. I don't care.
With money on it.
A whole tux just made out of money. Actually, you want to know something funny?
Sure.
It's a little, we're about to get a little rated R. Ready?
Oh. Money!
I got money. I got money underwear.
Mine.
I call them, I wear them on Mondays, and they have money on them, so I call them underwear.
It's Tuesday.
I know. I was a day late.
It's like when you got those underwear with the days written on them, and then you're like, oh, shit.
Oh, fuck, it's Wednesday. Yeah. Well, for like this episode specifically too, and maybe for future ones, I've watched a couple creators where they kind of have combos like this, and in their episode titles, they kind of list off the main points of what they talk about. So like this one's obviously going to have NFTs. Yeah. It can even have the Kardashians in it. Yeah. Like NFTs, Kardashians, and holiday consumerism. Yeah. Like it can be like that. And so we'll obviously have to put chapters and be able to skip around so people can watch what they want to watch. But
yes, please give us some feedback once all of the episodes are out about which format is most entertaining and most enjoyable to watch, because we want to do what you want to see, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And I love doing this with Maja because she has a very optimistic outlook, and I feel like you're willing to actually learn, listen, dive deeper into it. And I'm a nerd when it comes to business. And I like that higher end kind of deep approach to where I can help educate just based off of what I've learned.
I literally learn something new every time we do one of these.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll do an episode eventually about my time at the Apple Store and what I learned there, because people don't understand that you can literally be a part of the world system in what influences people's everyday lives. And I was at one point, which is the Apple Store. You work for the most expensive retail store in the world per square foot, the most intentionally designed store to ever exist. So that way people are walked through this just symbiotic journey of entering the store to then walking out and buying something to the point where the marketing, the build of these products, the way that they're presented, the conversations that the employees have to have, and the type of people that they hire, they make claims, and people can look this up, but Apple makes claims that it is harder to work at the Apple Store and to get a job there, or to work for Apple in general, than it is to get into Harvard. And I don't know if that is accurate. I have just experienced it firsthand. And my earliest memory is when I went in for my interview. Yeah. They do group interviews, and they're interviewing 10, 15 people at a time.
Yeah, stand out.
They hire one. I was one of the one that got hired. And you know who the people that were going against me were? It was a BMW sales rep, a guy that worked at Sprint. So he was already selling iPhones. A guy that worked at T-Mobile, a guy that worked for like his painting company, a couple college grads, and I think it was a variety of other people. So there's like 10 or 15.
So what did they tell you what it was that they made? What was it?
The reason why they hired me is because I already had the personality and the mind of what they wanted, and you can't be coached and you can't teach personality, but you can teach skill.
Right. I do also believe that. I highly believe that.
And out of everybody that was there, apparently I was just the one that they were like, yeah, you have the mentality that we look for and the brain that we want when it comes to our employees talking to consumers. Now we're just going to mold you into the right Apple employee.
Right.
And I was a decent employee. I was a great worker. I was just
3
always
years.
late. Mine is that part. And that's why I'm an entrepreneur. So I
Make your
show
own
up
hours.
I show up my own time.
Right.
And it was just crazy how there's so much intention in the world and people get it confused with shadiness. So like if I were to give you a quick ranking on like Apple,
Yeah, please do.
the truth is they're around, in my mind, about an 8.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, from like my perspective.
And there's like 3 things that you might say right now that I already know where you're going to
the battery.
Yep.
The design.
kind of.
I don't know what a third one would be.
So here, we're already talking about it. So I guess this will be included in this episode.
I mean, the next episode, we should talk about the secret lives of Mormon wives.
That's a good one. Have you watched it yet?
I watched that all.
Jeez.
I'll watch it again just to take notes.
Is it pretty spicy?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
There's so much that goes on. Holy shit! Like you watch it and you're like,
Maybe I should be Mormon.
I think
No, not too far. Not too far. Sorry.
I don't want to just drink soda for the rest of my life.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
you're good there. And yeah, like the 3 things that came to mind immediately. And Apple, if you do catch wind of this, I'm sorry. I don't work there anymore, and my NDA is all like, we're all good. And I still love you. I still have Apple products everywhere, MacBook, all that stuff.
Yeah, he does.
So the biggest one was the battery fiasco.
Yes.
That
was proven, right? Like,
yeah. So long story short, what happened with that one is that they put the batteries in the phones, and then the software update would then basically work the phone too much.
Mhm.
And they kind of knew this, and they still allowed the update to go out. So people were updating their phones, and then their batteries were taking a complete hit.
right.
And so these batteries were losing life. And I know Apple knows this because we had an internal program, and I'm going to get in trouble, watch. We had an internal program in code where every time one of these phones came in, it was already documented. Like they already knew which phones needed to be replaced, and they did it for free. You ain't doing stuff for free because you're a good person. You're doing it because you know you have to do it.
Whenever it's a business, no business is going to do something for free out of the goodness of their heart. It's either a tax write-off, it's to create relations with the public, or
it's to
like that.
make to do right.
Hide stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
To do right. And they're like, oh, well, lucky enough, we actually have this program for these iPhones where we'll give you a free battery as long as it meets these criteria, which the criteria was just be one of the phones that were in that batch of bad batteries. And then a lot of people got it conflicted with their older phones and their newer phones. And they're like, oh, now all these batteries have been doing this your whole life. And in reality, it was just a certain batch of batteries and phones. But Apple knew of it. They were aware of it. They still let the phones be sold. And then they retroactively put a plan in place. So when things went south, they were already able to fix it, which was the free battery program.
Right.
And that program only lasted for so long. Yeah.
They're like, shit, there's too many of these.
Yep. The next one was the iPhone 10 touchscreen Phantom Touch issue. So when the iPhone 10s came out, so the iPhone X,
Yeah.
there would be this thing called Phantom Touch where sometimes you could literally just hold your phone and it would just start doing stuff.
Well,
Yeah, and it's because there was a glitch with the OLED system on the displays.
Right.
That's all it was.
Okay.
There was a hardware glitch with these phones, and after you would update them, or you'd use them for so long, the screens would start to glitch out.
Okay.
And so people would recognize this. They came in the iPhone, they came into the store, and then Apple would be like, oh
no.
crazy. Let me check the number real quick. Oh yeah, it is one of this ones. And they would replace it again for free. Or they would do it for a really, really low end cost if it's like a really out of date phone, because a lot of people did keep their phones for a while at the time.
I mean, Apple, Tesla, they're like the same thing.
Well, I actually don't have any information on Tesla and their shadiness, so I couldn't even give that ranking.
I do. I know somebody who used to work for Tesla, and they talked about how, how there's so many recalls on Teslas? It's because even though they know that the cars the code in them is bad or they didn't do it right or something, they just push it through, because they don't care. You'll buy it, and then you'll just buy the warranty and get a new one later, right?
Yeah, and I think people will have different opinions on that, but I do think that genuinely is a very shady practice, because you're aware of an issue that exists and you still continue to allow it to spread, but you are proactively putting a preventive plan in place or something in order so that way you can fix it.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the means to prevent the problem, but you are going out of your way to provide a different solution from the problem that you created,
You created
which
yourself.
you could have solved yourself in
prevent it.
the first place. Yeah, I don't.
And
we need to go back to how the Amish were. They make great products.
yeah, I've literally seen videos of them building barns with full electricity, water, plumbing, power within like a week.
Yeah.
With no machinery.
We need to go back to that. Products before, like, I believe it's like 1990 or 2000 is amazing.
Yep.
After that, it just...
You just sparked an old memory in my mind that I really want to share right now.
Go for it.
If you guys have never heard of this term, it exists. It is real. It is happening right now. It exists in your house. It exists even on this screen.
This isn't scripted. I don't know.
No. There is, and you can look into it, there is, I don't know what the word is, method, strategy, approach, whatever you want to call it. But the product world integrates what is called planned obsolescence. And this is a real thing.
So like the life of a product before you have to repurchase it?
Yes.
I guess I knew.
The biggest and best example are appliances such as washer machines, refrigerators, and microwave. I mean, not even microwaves. I would say the biggest one would be washers, refrigerators, and then probably even stoves.
Mm-hmm.
So what basically happens, and this is, you can prove it by going to your grandma's house and asking her how old her refrigerator is. It's probably over 50 years old, 60 years old. A lot of things built back in the day worked, and they worked for a long time. This is also what created the repair economy at the time, where people were like, oh, my freezing element went out on my fridge, so now I need to go to the repair shop, get it replaced. Boom, that guy had a job, he had a client, he was able to live because people needed things repaired. Even lawnmowers, they're very...
Yeah, small engines.
Yeah, small engines. Yeah. They have planned obsolescence in it. And this is literally how the economy works.
The trades, yeah.
It's not a conspiracy, and it's not a hopeful idea that might exist. They genuinely have this existing for a reason. And part of it is because of, I believe it's what it's called, Moore's Law, which is the projection growth of technology and how fast it just grows on a annual, monthly, weekly basis. So it's basically the theory of like computer chips, that they get bigger and faster every single year.
Yeah.
So you could argue that they've created planned obsolescence so then that way we could keep up with the advances of technology. But at the same time, I think it's just a really lazy way to get around selling more and more and more products.
Oh yeah. I feel like it's become almost detrimental to our planet because more is more.
Yeah.
And fast fashion as well, you can tie that into it. It used to be that you would have like one really nice dress and then some really nice shoes, and that would be your going out outfit for any occasion or whatever. But nowadays, you don't have an outfit. You wore that yesterday. You don't have an outfit. You wore that last month. You don't have an outfit.
Yeah.
You have to buy something new every time because that's where we're at. We're always with the new, with the latest, with the trending, what's cool, what's hip. And we're not giving like any sort of thought to what
you don't
happens
get a break
afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get a second to breathe.
You don't repair your clothes. You get a new one. You don't repair your bike. You get a new one.
Yeah.
Flat tire, you get a freaking whole new bike.
Yep.
Yeah. People you don't repair things anymore. We just get new.
Yeah. And I mean, even my own family, we've gone through like 3 refrigerators in the last 10, 15 years.
What?
I don't even know how. And I think it's just because things will just go out and there's literally no way to fix it.
Well, yeah, because then
it's out of warranty.
Yeah, there's no need for people to repair. If the mentality has shifted to new, there's not enough customers that have a refrigerator or a washer to be able to be fixed.
Yep.
So then these people that you were talking about earlier that have that customer to come in to talk, hey, how you doing, Joe? Like, I see your element in your fridge is out again. Here, let me replace it. There's none of that. And now when the newer, shittier products, I want to like not say it.
I know, right?
You're
like,
yeah. So the poor quality products are now out here. They're breaking even faster.
Yep.
I work in a lab. Do you know how many fridges we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Seven fridges. One of them is constantly broken.
Yes.
Constantly.
Yep.
Do you know how hard it is to keep a fridge cold? Apparently really hard.
Apparently really freaking hard.
And now it's even harder because there's no repair people.
Yep. Yeah. And it is something I learned when I was in college. And this is what I'm talking about when people want to be like, oh, conspiracy, that it's like, you just don't know what they're doing. Yeah. It's not a conspiracy, and it's not that they're, again, lying. You're just not aware that this is what they talk about at the highlight. I mean, and the sad truth is that you can go as deep as the companies that are involved in, like, one of the biggest ones that control most of the consumerism in your household is Procter and Gamble.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Procter and Gamble literally owns everything.
We can have an entire episode of like, hey, pick 3 items. We'll see how high we have to go until they're owned by the same
Procter
people.
and Gamble. Yeah. That'd actually be a lot of fun. If you guys want to see that episode, let us know, because that would actually be a lot of fun. It'd be a good activity.
Yeah.
But planned obsolescence, people, is a real thing. And I think it's not something to be scared of. It's just something to pay attention to.
Yes.
Learn how to repair your own stuff. Do a little bit of digging and research on the products that you're buying and see if it's even replaceable, repairable, whatever it may be.
Do you need it even?
Do you need it? Do you want it?
Do you want to invest your time in it? Because once it does break, like, do you want to replace it? Do you want to shell out that much money again? Or do you want to invest into finding someone to repair it? Like, there's so many things you got to think about now when you're consuming products.
Yeah. And the sad truth too is that the planned obsolescence just perpetuates the buying cycle. It helps continue people to buy things. And is it going to go away? It probably won't, honestly. No. It's probably going to get worse, to be honest. And I think the only way around it would be if the consumers created their own repair economy, which is really a really big problem in the Apple world. There's this whole movement called the right to repair movement, where I used to be an iPhone repair person, like, on my own. I used to fix them for friends and family.
Nice. Isn't that voids the warranty if you open? Yes.
And that actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because they won't ever get rid of planned obsolescence, because it literally takes out an entire industry that makes millions every year, which is insurance. Oh, we both took a deep breath on that one. We're like, oh God.
Insurance is going to be the bane of my existence.
Mine too.
I hate it.
And I'm not a fan of insurance companies. We're coming for you guys next, right?
Next episode,
They are a 10 out of 10 when it comes to shadiness.
I know they're profiting off of what will happen and making it feel like it's your fault. So cool.
And you get in trouble for not having it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, why can't I just...
You're screwed either way.
Genuinely. I'm pretty sure you could save more money every year by not, and do not take this as advice.
Yeah, we are not professionals and we're not giving any sort of advice. No.
But the numbers just don't add up to where you could probably go a whole year without having car insurance and get a ticket for no insurance, and it'd be less than all of your insurance payments for the whole year.
Myself, I accidentally didn't have it for 2 years. I have it now. I have insurance now, but for like 2 years, I didn't have car insurance. And guess what? Nothing happened. I was fine.
But I already know that there's people out there, they're like, well, it's not about you. It's about what if you hit somebody and then you can't pay. And it's like, well, then you're really screwed. Genuinely, you're just screwed.
Yes.
It's just like, if you make a mistake, you made a mistake.
Exactly.
And you got to figure out how to fix it. But long story short, look at the products you are buying, folks.
Especially with the holidays coming up, because all the adverts are going to be pulling at your pathos, logos, ethos. They're going to be asking you to look back into your memories and think about how your phone made you feel when you were 8. What? No, you don't need that. You don't need a new anything. You need the time from your parents, your friends, your family. That's what you need. You need the love and happiness that they supply, not the stuff that you're momentarily going to have. And then what? Not look at, get rid of? No, we don't need it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Maya brought that up, because I want to do an episode on that where it's a really heavy psychology play when it comes to this time of year. And the 2 things that Maya brought up, that's perfect, because these are 2 actual components in the business world and the marketing world, which is the utilitarian value and hedonic value. And the whole idea behind hedonic value is when you can convince people to buy things for an emotional reason. And versus convincing people to buy things for a utility purpose.
Yes.
Again,
you want it, you need it, sort of thing.
Well, the best example is probably washing machines when they do this. You don't buy a washing machine because it's going to make you cry or you're going to feel great. So like they can make commercials where it's like, oh, it makes your clothes clean and it's the best washing machine
And
around.
they put a puppy in there, like or it's a newborn.
No. This is the good one. This is the best one. They show, it starts off with a kid playing baseball and he's running and he's sliding and his clothes is all dirty. And then the mom has to go home. She takes the clothes and you're like, oh, what's going to happen? And then she throws it in the washer machine. And then it's all about now being there for the moments that mean the most. Make sure your kids have
time it saved.
Make sure your kids have the uniforms that they need by buying this washing machine and create memories with them that will last forever.
Or my favorite one is Coke. When everyone's gathered around the freaking Thanksgiving the table feast, it's like, what's missing? It's Coca-Cola. Buy a Coke.
Yep. Or buy a Budweiser, apparently, because they do it for beer too.
Oh.
Yeah, for all those Super Bowl commercials. I think the best one is when they do the Clydesdale horses. And like they basically show the story of this horse that gets sent away off the farm, and the horse has to the horse is literally runs away, makes its way across the country, finds its old owner, and the guy's like, "Oh my gosh, you made it back!" Like, and they pop a beer together or whatever it is, and it's like Budweiser, American beer, and that's how they get you.
But I actually went to Amsterdam and I saw the horses that make the Heineken, or not the Heineken. Not the horses that make it, but the ones that they have in the pictures.
In the pictures, yeah. And so with the season coming, with the holiday season coming up, folks, like this is something that you have to be aware of. We are giving you tools right now.
Yes.
To really just sit down with and be like, okay, maybe Roberto and Maya might know what they're talking about.
Watch this 12 times.
Yes.
A study has shown if you repeat something 12 times, you start remembering it.
Yep. Plan obsolescence, plan obsolescence, plan obsolescence. It's a real thing.
Yes.
And you can avoid it. You can fight against it, but you have to be intentional about it.
And then there are things that you do need to like replace, like your toothbrush.
Yes.
And like your pillows and your mattress and stuff. Oh, the mattress world.
The mattress firm?
Oh. Anyway.
That's another episode too.
We have too much stuff. But yes, there's stuff that has planned obsolescence into it because it requires it, because it's something that's to do with hygiene and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like for sure. That's not what we're talking about. It's the stuff that's frivolous, this extras that the companies are trying to brainwash you into thinking that you need instead of things that you just want.
Yeah. And the sad truth too is that a lot of the things that do integrate planned obsolescence, some of them are necessities in life.
Yeah.
Refrigerators, washers, stoves, even vehicles, tires, whatever it may be. What the frick is it? Carbon dioxide.
Yep. The little alarm thingies, the fire alarm thingies. Yeah, all of that stuff.
And it's just, again,
water heaters, HVAC, AC.
All of those
when
things.
HVAC goes out, it's like over $1,000.
Yeah. And those things need to be paid attention to, because otherwise you are going to feel like you genuinely feel angry thinking that things just suck. And you're like, why does this thing never work? Or I just hate everything. Or I always have to buy something. That's like, you're just not paying attention to what it is that you're involved in.
Yeah.
And that's the planned obsolescence world of hardware, utilities, and things that we use on a daily basis.
But that's where we come in.
Yep. Your
little hour or 30 minutes of sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're genuinely just here to kind of shine light on the things that we've experienced personally. Again, I love marketing. I love business, and my background is in consumer behavior. So I love people watching and studying that. Mm-hmm. And that's why I wanted to do this. And I think Maya adds a really good touch of relatable, real life, like experience and background, because she can come to us and be like, hey, I just dealt with this and I had no idea. And we kind of just break it down together.
It's fun. We have a good time. And I hope you guys are having a good time too, because this wouldn't be possible without you.
Absolutely. So, we had a good combo today.
I love this. Yeah. This was fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Good, like a little change of pace, a little different. I liked it.
Do you feel more natural doing this?
I do. I need something to hold or something, because I feel very uncomfortable.
You're like,
yeah.
We naked.
I don't know, maybe it feels like something. I don't know.
The camera's only a waist up.
I know, but I'm just like, oh.
Not too much skin.
Ooh, or a blanket. I'll bring a blanket.
Yeah,
next
bring a blanket.
time.
We'll get a
Yeah,
studio blanket,
that's
just like
nice.
a quilted SB Studios
Ooh,
blanket.
that'd be
If you make quilts and you want to make us a quilt, make us a quilt, and
we'll
we'll
show it off and stuff like that.
put it on the show and everything. That'd be
Oh,
fun.
That'll be so awesome. So for the next time, the guy with the trolley business, I didn't get anything yet because he was only
Yeah,
on my work email. But yeah, next time we might have a little advert too.
little sponsorship advert.
Yeah.
Shout out Boise, Idaho for just the people around here. And if it happens, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be our first one.
Exciting.
So,
And then we could like go, if we get the tickets, we can go and like, I don't know, do some there.
get some content.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Man on the street content.
Oh my God. Ask people about shady business.
It's like, what's the shadiest business you've dealt with?
What is the scam you've dealt with in the last 5 months?
They're like, oh, SB Studios. Sorry.
Sorry, me.
No, you're good. We'll have to, I guess, do it. Never mind.
A man on the street sort of thing.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode number 3 of the Shady Business Podcast. If you guys are watching, thank you for spending time with us. And if you have any sort of, I guess, business or ideas or your questions, reach out to us, give us some things to talk about. And if you guys offer products or services around protecting people from shady businesses, reach out to us and maybe we can offer sponsorships and see how you guys can help us grow the show while we help offer and serve products that will help people avoid being scammed.
Yes. I think you covered everything. You did it.
Do a little outro.
Here we are. This is the end. I'm glad to have seen you made it all the way through. This has been Roberto and Maja with the Shady Podcast. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. I am your host, Maja. If you want to follow along for any updates, please follow me on Instagram at Shady Business Podcast. If you'd like to follow along with everything else, follow SB Studios, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. This podcast was produced in partnership with SB Studios.